How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be talking about Manchester United because Paul Pogba has tested positive for COVID-19. Next piece of news involves Sign Sar because he has signed for Chelsea. And the last piece of news involves Arsenal because Mikel Arteta is very positive about the signing of Gabriel and a new contract for Aubameyang.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is the news that broke yesterday that Paul Pogba has been left out of the France Nations League squad because he has tested positive for coronavirus. The French manager Didier Deschamps has said that he had to make a last-minute change to the squad list because after taking a test, Paul Pogba had tested positive for coronavirus. And Manchester United themselves have released a statement saying that Pogba has been replaced in the French squad after testing positive for COVID-19. The midfielder will be unable to add to his 69 caps and 10 goals for his country in the games next month. Everybody at Manchester United wishes Paul a speedy recovery ahead of the new season. So it's a bit of a strange one. It's kind of come out of the blue, and I suppose a lot of people are looking at some videos over the last few days that surfaced of Paul Pogba, and they're thinking, where's he caught it? Who's he been around? There's that video that went viral on social media where he was with a young lad. And, you know, he's fulfilling the boy's dreams, and it was such a nice moment. But now you've got to look at that and say, does this lad need to get tested? His parents, where was this? And what we do hope is that it's nothing serious. It's just possibly symptoms and everything else, and it's very mild. And what this does kind of, you know, show is that coronavirus hasn't gone anywhere, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So every time we kind of feel that life is going back to normal and that things might start getting back to the old ways, we kind of get a slap in the face, which is a bit of a reminder to say, nope, COVID's still here, it's still alive, and it's still going to cause a lot of problems. And I do feel that we may well end up with a second spike. This has been my concern from a very, very long time ago. This is my concern, you know, before football even started again, and it's still my concern now, especially when we hit the winter months. That's when my biggest concerns are. When we get out of this summer period, if you live in England, then do we really have any summer months anyway? Because it's always cold. But you know what I mean? When it gets to the real peak of the winter, that's when I feel things may come crashing back down again. And we need to be careful. We need to be cautious. And, you know, I go out and I go to the local shops and stuff like that, and I'm wearing face masks and everything. And I still see people walking around without their face masks. And I still see people, you know, carrying on as though life is going back to normal. And don't get me wrong, I've been guilty myself of kind of getting caught in the moment and thinking that life is going back to normal when we've done watch-alongs and stuff, and we jump all over each other and everything else. And don't get me wrong, we have tests and stuff, and I've had tests to know that I don't have COVID because of my medical condition and stuff. So in that respect, I know I'm covered, but it's other people. What have other people got? So it's one of them. And what I will say is that, I wish Paul Pogba a speedy recovery, and hope to see him back on the pitch soon. But we will wait and see what happens with that one. Next piece of news involves Chelsea, and it's another signing. And it's Sign Sar, the 21-year-old defender from Nice. Has signed on a free contract. Now, this was a name that was being mentioned with Arsenal a while ago. And I've looked at him and thought, you know what, he's a decent player. And at 21 years old, defender, a position that we needed. And the fact that he was free because his contract had expired. It looked like the perfect kind of signing for Arsenal. But he's gone to Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea have signed him on a 5-year deal. But Chelsea have already confirmed that he will go out on loan for next season already, because they want to provide the chance to gain valuable game time and add to his experience, so he will be ready to join the squad. Now, what I will say about this is I'm a little surprised he's probably gone out on loan. I know he's a young lad, but I look at Chelsea's defence and I look at the options they have, and they're not overly blessed with the best defence in the league. They've got a very poor defence, to be honest with you. And yeah, they might go and buy Ben Chilwell, for example, that's going to sort out their left-hand side, or so they think. But could Sar come into the Chelsea side and do a job, and probably do a better job than some of the senior players that are there? I actually think he could. I think he's a quality player. I know life is a lot more different, you know, playing in the French league to the Premier League and the adaptation and everything else. But it'd be interesting to see what Chelsea do in terms of where they send him. You know, would it be another Premier League team? I don't think it would be, because, you know, they're not going to one, you know, situation say he's not ready for the Premier League for Chelsea, but he's ready for the Premier League with someone else. It won't work. So would he maybe go into the Championship, or would he go out of the UK altogether? Could he go back to Nice? Would it be French football? I don't know. Or could it be Vitesse Arnhem, which is where Chelsea send all of their players? I think they've got about 157,000 players on loan that never end up getting a chance. But I think that he will get a chance at Chelsea eventually, but not at the moment. But it's another signing for Chelsea. And they're relentless at the moment, and they're making a lot of signings, and they're looking to build for the future. And it's no coincidence that the year that financial fair play gets relaxed, Roman starts throwing his checkbook around again. Guess Chelsea won the lottery again. Next piece of news involves Arsenal. And yesterday, Mikel Arteta was given a press conference before the Community Shield game against Liverpool at the weekend, and we all knew what was going to happen in this press conference. We all knew that Mikel Arteta was going to be given 1,001 questions, and those questions would have the names Gabriel and the name Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I don't know what to make of this press conference. I think it was kind of understandable. He's not going to turn around and just go, yeah, we signed Gabriel when it's not been announced. Yeah, we're signing Aubameyang when it's not been announced. I think he's kind of had to put his cards close to his chest. He kind of said that there's no announcement yet with Gabriel. The deal is not finalised, which is completely different to what a lot of people are saying, that he's had his medical and he's signed his contract, and bloody hope he has, because I've done a welcome video and it's already out there. So imagine if he doesn't sign. Oh my God. So I don't know what to make of that. The Aubameyang situation, he said that there's no news at the moment, but he's very, very confident that the deal will get sorted very soon, and that we should hear some news in the coming week. So again, a lot of people are saying that Aubameyang has signed his contract, and you know, we all saw the little timer that Aubameyang had put up on his Twitter page, which made it look like it was imminent any day, and every day we keep waiting, and every day we still ain't heard anything. So that's interesting. He was also spoken about Matteo Guendouzi and also Mesut Ozil, and he made it very clear that everybody starts with a clean slate, and everybody, if they do what's required, will be in contention to be selected. And I don't think that's really changed from before. I think Mikel Arteta was saying the similar kind of things about Mesut Ozil and Guendouzi before the season had even finished. But it's very evident that he wants them out of the door. What I think Arsenal need to do now is keep this kind of stuff in-house and close to chest, because the problem with Guendouzi is that nobody's going to go and pay a lot of money or even go chasing after someone like Guendouzi when they know he wants out and Arsenal don't want to play him. It weakens our hand. So I think now we might have to try and start repairing some of that before we can actually get rid of him. And the Mesut Ozil situation, well, we all know about that situation. Who's going to pay his wages? What's actually going to happen? Is he going to be here for the year? Will Arsenal have to admit defeat in this one and just play him for the next year? or have him in contention at least? Or will they be able to finally get him off the books? Mikel Arteta also spoke about Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and he was very, very, straight with his answers with that. And he's made it clear that he likes Ainsley Maitland-Niles and that he fully trusts him, he fully appreciates him, and that was shown in the fact that he played him in 2 very, very big and important games, which was the FA Cup semi-final and then the FA Cup final against Chelsea. So I think maybe him moving is not cut and dry as what we might believe or are led to believe. So it's going to be interesting, and watch this space with that one. And I'll be very interested to see what happens and whether Maitland-Niles does end up leaving or not. I don't think anything's going to happen before, we play Liverpool this weekend, and I think Maitland-Niles will actually feature in that. And if he plays well again, it's only going to, strengthen the cause to not get rid of him. So interesting, and make of that press conference what you will. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. What do you think about Mikel Arteta's press conference? Was that kind of expected and he's just trying to skate around things at the moment because he can't really say too much? The Ainsley Maitland-Niles situation. Does it look like he may well be staying after all? And do you want him to stay? And also, the Paul Pogba situation. And other footballers. And, the testing of positive, samples since players have come back from holidays and everything else. Is it a concern? Let me know in the comment section. So, listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.